Hey guys, I'm back with another video. It's not really a review as such, it's more of like a revisited. I had a lot of comments on one of the most popular guns that I reviewed, and the comments were like they would like to see it with various accessories attached. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the one. This is the most popular gun that I reviewed. I've had the most comments and it's had the most likes and views. What I want to say before I start is a big thank you to everybody that's subscribed, that's liked my videos, that's left a comment. Just a big thank you to everybody. I want to keep this going, see if I can get a few more videos done. People have asked about shooting tests on different guns. Just an update on that is I will get around to doing them. It's just with the weather and the current situation that we're in, it's very, very difficult at the minute to get the shooting test done. It's a bit harder in the garden to show you because I haven't really got the range, and it's, yeah. But I will get around to them. But firstly, this obviously is the Bolt mp5. This is the one that people did ask if I could show various accessories attached. So, yeah. Obviously, I forgot to take that off. So that'll be the first accessory that we'll get to. But yeah, as I said in the video, full metal construction. The only polymer parts are the bottom pistol whip and this little bit of bottom receiver. Everything else you see, from the rails to the top receiver, is all made out of metal. Very, very weighty. So when you do start putting accessories on it, it can be a little bit heavy. But then again, my 9-year-old son, he uses this at the moment, and he's perfectly fine. He runs around it with its fully attached. So yeah, we'll get to the accessories. I'll also show just before. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. Before I get to the accessories, I will also give a brief demonstration. I did show it off in the review I did. The bolt system. So I'll whack a battery in. I'll show that in action, and I'll just basically show the difference between the two. Having the bolt lock back does give you a little bit of an increase in FPS, but I don't think it is by much. But what you do have to understand with this one is it is an SMG. It's basically built for CQB situations. You can use it out in the field. We've used it out in the field and it's not been a problem, but you just don't get the range with it. You need, if you wanted to, you could put an extended inner barrel in it if you wanted to, just stick out a little bit, but then a suppressor over it would cover that, no problem. But yeah, so yeah, it's great for CQB, but I will show you what accessories I do put on it, as that's what I've been asked to show you. So the first one would be the vertical foregrip, this is the one I use. As you can see, that there is a little bit of adhesive just on the grip. That's from where I've had a pressure pad flashlight, which is very, very cool, but I've actually took that off and put it on something else. You can get an angled foregrip as well, which would be hold like so, but some people prefer. Me and my son, obviously, who comes with me now, does want to be in some of these videos, but you know what kids are like. It's natter, 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 and he probably wouldn't let me get a word in, but I thought I'd give him a mention. But yeah, vertical foregrip being my choice of grip, but there are loads out there for you to choose from. You know, possibilities are endless. Next one being, as I stated in the video review, you do get a 260, I think it's 260 capacity magazine, standard mp5 wheel wound magazine. But I went for something like this. This is brilliant. It's a 560 round capacity dual mag. So you just push the bullet backwards like so. You'd fill inside this little trapdoor there, and you can also fill from the other side. Again, it's wheel wound, so you wind to feed the BBs, but it does look very cool when you attach it to the weapon itself, like so. And you can also hold the gun like by holding the magazines. If you didn't feel comfortable holding here or here, you can always hold it there, like so. So yeah, I am looking at, for this gun and for the AUG that I have, I'm looking at drum mags. I've been looking at them for a while, 2,000 round capacity drum mag, so you can actually get a drum mag for this as well if you wanted to adapt a drum mag to it. Next one, accessory, will be a suppressor. If you wanted to put a suppressor on it, you can. It is 14mm counterclockwise fitted threads. This one's just, again, it belongs to my son. It's just a bog standard I'd call it a barrel extension more than anything. It's got a spring inside and some foam. Doesn't really suppress the sound much, because you can still hear the gearbox working. You can still hear the mechanisms inside the gun. Works more effectively on a non-blowback, like my Mark 23 pistol. I have a suppressor on that, and quiet, so quiet. But I'm going to put it on just to show you what it looks like. So you would take this little catch just here, and you just click it off like so, and just twist and pull the flash hider off. Unscrew the little cap that they put over the threads to protect it. Oh, don't drop it. And just screw the suppressor on. So obviously it's counterclockwise fitted. So you just screw it on counterclockwise all the way down, like so. These ones do have a habit of separating, but yeah, that is what it looks like with the suppressor fitted. I do prefer smaller suppressors. I do have a couple that are very modular, so you can split the size. So it'd be this size sort of full, then you could split it into half, and then you could go even smaller if you wanted to. It does look okay, but it's the one that my son uses on the rifle when he uses it. Next up would be this, thing just down here, would be this. What this is a PEC box, so it's a dummy battery box. As I stated, I'm not sure if I stated in the review, with this gun you do need to use a very small battery, because the battery compartment doesn't really house big batteries. The battery sits in here, inside this button. This all comes out, and the battery sits underneath here. So you do need a small enough LiPo. I do have one for this, but if you are struggling, like I was before I found the small one, you can use one of these. You can get them with like an infrared light and a laser and a torch built in. They're okay, but I just wanted something to house the battery. So all you do with this one, it come off Amazon, by the way, if you wanted to know where to get these from. You can make it smaller. You can strip it down in size, make it a little bit smaller if you want to, but this is it's fully extended. So you just unscrew the little clip at the back and take the top off, and then all you do, don't drop the lid. You can just take your battery. Obviously, this being a LiPo, it's quite thick. You just basically slot it in like so, so it sits in just like that. And then your battery connector would go through the little hole. There's a little hole just there. So you poke it through, pull it through, tuck all your other cables under, put the lid on, like so, and then just screw your little thing back in like so, and that's it. And then obviously on the back, underneath, there is like a Picatinny sort of attachment. So you just unscrew it with a screwdriver. And if you wanted to, you can put it on the side. That's practically where I had it. If you wanted to put it on the top, you can put it on the top. If you didn't want to run an optic, you can have it on the bottom if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you where you put it. But they are a good buy if you are struggling for a battery to fit it. So we'll just take that out, because obviously I'll need the battery to show you the bolt system a bit later on. Next thing is the optics. Start off with this one. This is like a little red dot. It's a Vulcan tan. I'm very OCD. I like things to all be the same, so I'm a big fan. I don't know why I went for a tan one. I should have gone for a black one. But yeah, it's a great scope if you're just out on the field. Just basically all you would do is you unscrew the little screw, and it will split the Picatinny attachment. And you just slide it on. I tend to go for them as far back as possible, but it's entirely up to you. You can mount it wherever you feel is good enough. The one thing I do like about this optic is it lines up quite well with your iron sights. So obviously when you're looking down there, you can see it lines up nice and good with your fibre sights, iron sights rather. And obviously their back one is drum, rotary drum iron sights, and then the front iron sight is fixed. If you wanted to use it without a scope, then you could just run the iron sights, which most people tend to do. However, I do have this one. This one is absolutely fantastic. It's a 3-time magnified scope. Does have iron sights on the top, fibre sights, front and back. So if you wanted to just use the fibre sights, if you in a CQB, if you go in a building or anything like that, and you think, oh, I've got the wrong sort of scope on here. So all you do is you unscrew your little catches again, and just slot it quite. The thing is this one, I have to have this one quite far back, because when I wear glasses, my glasses tend to catch. So if you screw it on like so, you can take my glasses off, and then it looks kind of like that. So you can get nice and close to the scope, and it does look amazing. Also illuminated, have a green, red and blue illuminated reticle, so the crosshair will light up. Another great feature. That is basically all the accessories for this gun. So like I said before, the thousands tracer units, scopes, magazines, drum mags, that's the next thing I'm looking at that you can do to customize that gun. It's a fantastic gun, absolutely brilliant. The last one, if I was to show you anything, would be the sling that we use. It's basically a bungee sling. It's very, very durable, really good. And like I said in the video, first sling hoop is just here, just near the below the front iron sight. So you just like so, and then the back has one of these, but they're on either side. You have one this side and one this side, and then you just take the other end and just attach it like so, and then it's quite springy. So that's very, very good. You get these in different colours as well, black, green, camo colours if you wanted them. But it's just a good way to carry your gun when you're out in the field. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and I'll pop the battery cover off, and I'll show you the bolt system. So there's just this little pin. There's a little pin just here. So what you do is you press it out and just pull it so it releases that pin. And you just pull down and then pull out. So that's will reveal your battery cable. And then you just take your battery, like so, and just plug it in. And then obviously with this one being big, it would sit like something like that. It would sit underneath, and then obviously your battery cover would go on top. But this one is quite thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep hold of this, and I'm just going to show you, just come a bit closer so I can show you the bolt system working. So I put it on single, and you will see the bolt chamber move. You see it move? That's basically, you do get recoil. There is a little bit of recoil into your shoulder. Not much, but obviously now if I flick it onto full auto, you'll see. So you can see the bolt going, and you can feel it shaking. It does give a bit of a shake, but if you lock the bolt handle back like so, then you can see the bolt. This chamber doesn't move backwards and forwards anymore. It's sort of locked the mechanism off. So you do get a bit of an increase in FPS, like I said, but by how much, I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's something that you'd have to dig, sort of delve into to find out. But yeah, just show you again. So if you take the charging handle and just let it go, again, you will see moving. So that's it in operation. It's just like an imitation, basically. It just looks like the real steel, but even though it isn't. But that's the battery out. So to place the battery thing chain back on, all you do is make sure you don't catch your cable. Just take it with this hand and just slot it in. I tend to slot it in at the bottom first, like so. So you get it locked in at the bottom, and then just press firmly. And there is a knack to this. So you take your pin, you put it into the hole, and you can see that, and just literally wiggle it like so, and then push, and it should, I say should, it should go back in, like so, like that. So there you have it. That, if you wanted to, just a few more accessories. If you wanted to put a torch on there, like I said before, I did have one on here. That's where I had one pressure plated, but if you wanted to put a torch on either side, you could. Obviously it has the retractable stock. I did once have an M203 or M204, whichever one it is, grenade launcher on the bottom of this, and yeah, it looked a bit overkill, but I didn't run it like that. It was just for a bit of a mess about it. I just put it on the bottom. So yeah, you can imagine an M204 grenade launcher on the bottom of this. But yeah, that is it. Fully customized, all its accessories on it. So yeah, and if you wanted to go even more thingy, you could put a camo skin on. I've gone some of my guns. I've shown a multicam skin, but you could go any colour you want. You could even go as far as spraying it if you wanted to, but that's a bit out of my domain. But there you have it, the Bolt SWAT mp5 tactical, fully attached, ready to go. Thanks for watching this video, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to deliver what people wanted, if people wanted to see it like this. If there's anything else you'd like me to do, put in a comment in the comments below, or comment on any other videos, and I'll do my best to get back to you, and I'll do my best to try and get what you want done. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you hit that like button, and subscribe if you already haven't. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.